guys? Welcome back to another episode of Monji TV. On today's episode, What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Monji TV. On today's episode, you can see the G87 M2 behind me. We're about to do the first real cosmetic mods. Obviously, we've lowered the car, but today we're gonna go ahead and get the carbon fiber hood, carbon fiber trunk, potentially the front lip. I'm kind of scared to put it on because this thing's so low. I've already like hit the bumper a few times, and the rear diffuser on the car. I'm super excited. Huge shout out to Vorsteiner for sponsoring the build and sending us this hood, trunk, and front lip and rear diffuser for the car. I'm super excited to see how it looks. Without further ado, let's just get to it. You guys have seen what the G87 looks like. You know what the stock trunk looks like. You know what the stock hood looks like. Let's get this stuff off. Let's get the new stuff on and see how she looks. Anyhow, let's get to it. So we got the hood popped here. It honestly should be pretty easy. I'm hoping that there's already threaded holes on the hood. I haven't really looked at the hood much, so we'll have to check that out. These should just swap over and work pretty perfectly. I imagine it's already got some studs in the hood. We'll use the nuts here. I may end up having to get some CS struts if the hood is super hard to close. On my F87 over there, I have the actual CS struts on the car, which helps a lot when shutting the hood and not fighting it so much. But first thing first is gonna be to remove this hood. We'll lay it on the ground. We'll get a blanket out, we'll lay it on the ground so we can swap all the hardware over, and then we'll get the new hood out of the box, check it out, see what's required. All right, well, I actually can't wait to see this hood. I haven't even opened the box yet, so we're gonna open the box and check out the hood. Yeah, they packaged it well. Nice. Check that out, guys. That's pretty sweet. Vorsteiner authenticity badge right there. It's pretty good. This thing looks pretty sick. It's actually vented. I was not sure in the photos if this was actually vented or not. What's nice is they have gone ahead and glued the vents in. On some of the cheaper aftermarket hoods, you end up having to do that on your own. It does have some threaded holes for the hood mounts, so they should just go on easily. Some studs, should be pretty easy install. So we'll go ahead, flip this thing over, get the first look at it. Let's see how she looks. That's cool too. Little Vorsteiner badge there. I don't know that I like that, but
yeah, symmetrical, bro.
Little Vorsteiner badge on the top too. It's got a nice split down the middle though. Carbon split. It actually looks really legit. Pretty excited to see this thing on there. More excited than I was opening it. Another Vorsteiner attention before painting. All parts must be test fitted to the vehicle. So they're like, hey dummy, make sure it fits the car before you paint it. Can't get your money back after it doesn't fit. All right guys, Eddie's already gone ahead and loosened the hardware here for the hood. You actually only have to remove the back bolt. The front bolt can just come loose and it'll slip out. And then forward, slow. All right guys, we're removing the hood hinges for the driver and passenger side. Alright guys, coming in with the Vorsteiner hood. We're gonna just carefully slip it into place. Throw some nuts on it. Alright, you want to watch the corners. The gap is a little funky. Alright guys, we're going to do a little fine tuning on the adjustment here. We've got a little bit of fluctuation. Looking at the front of the hood though, it doesn't seem like it's thicker in any one section versus another, so should be manageable. We're going to shorten this here so it brings the hood down. Could also maybe be the bump stop, but I was able to push it, which generally means that it's not the bump holding it up. The gaps seem to be okay. This back corner is a little bit tighter, so I might play with the fender fitment just a wee bit in this area and just pull the fender slightly away from the car a little bit more. We're talking like a 1/16 of an inch, which will kind of fix this gap over here and potentially the height. But yeah, not super bad. I've seen much worse for aftermarket hoods. It went on actually pretty good. So we're gonna go ahead, play with the fitment, and then I'll show you guys the final look here. All right guys, we got the hood installed. It's fitting as good as we possibly could get, to be honest. It's a little bit of a weird fitment issue on this driver's side. We have the hinge all the way sucked up on this side, and we kind of extended this side to balance it out. Not 100% satisfied with it. I have reached out to Vorsteiner to see if maybe we can try a different hood, but for now, this is what the car looks like with the hood on. It is a quite good looking hood with the 3 vents. I do like that. And the carbon fiber itself is quite nice looking. You can see there's a bit of a gap here in the front, kind of almost looks like the hood's lifted up. This is physically as low as we can get the hood to sit. Now I could try and shim the bumper or do some stuff to kind of neutralize it, but then you also end up with this gap here at the corner, which is bigger than I'd like. And that's really not what I'm looking for. I'm a big stickler for fitment. For some of you guys out there, maybe totally fine with this, okay with it, but I want gaps like the M2C. That's why I paid for the factory CS hood and alpha end fenders. Who knows, we could have just got a bad hood from Vorsteiner. Nothing to, you know, at them. They're gonna help me out. I'm sure I've already contacted them. We are gonna go ahead and get the trunk removed and get the trunk on and see how the trunk looks. Here you can see we have a brand new carbon fiber Vorsteiner trunk to go on. So we'll go ahead and get that swapped over. Same thing, pretty easy. Although you do have a harness here, you do need to disconnect and run through, which we'll have to pull the inner panel here. Probably the easiest way is to disconnect it from the rear electronics module. But yeah, we're gonna have to play around with that and figure out what the best course of action is for that. All these buttons and stuff will also have to come out of the trunk. Anyhow, let's get this trunk off. Let's get that wire disconnected. We'll show you what we have to do. Get that stuff swapped over to here and get this thing back on the car. All right guys, we got the trunk to fit as best as we could. We need to get the harness ran to the lights and the buttons up here. We did have to end up trimming around the lights a bit and around this switch a bit to get it all to fit, but it does work. Same with these guys. We had to drill them out just like a little bit, maybe a 1/16 of an inch bigger for the holes to get these bump stops or buffer stops in. We're gonna go ahead and keep getting this thing together, and then we'll see if we can't get this rubber grommet to fit. My guess is we'll probably have to buff that thing out a little bit. Before you lock that down, we're gonna use a zip tie. We're gonna run a few through and then yank it through that way, but I'll show you guys that here in a second. All right guys, it's time to put the rear diffuser on. So we've got the trunk and the hood installed, got the car in the air already. I'm gonna go ahead and just rip this stock diffuser off. We've already had it off once before when you had the bumper off, and they're quite tricky. Kind of snapped a few of these little holding spots, so hopefully we don't have any issues with that. A couple bolts under here to let it flex a bit more. This new diffuser is gonna be sick. I also modified the exhaust. I didn't really show you guys, but we deleted the first and secondary resonator, created this super nice long X pipe, and deleted the secondary cats as well. So we got some nice straight pipes in there. We had to re-weld some exhaust hangers to make all that work. Chopped it off the old section and just welded it on here. Actually sounds quite good. Couldn't wait for an exhaust company to sponsor us, so just made our own, and it actually turned out pretty freaking sick. So super hyped on that. Car finally sounds good. I've been driving around with like stock sound forever, so now that the exhaust is done, you know, that was kind of my big hang up, is I didn't want to install the diffuser because I know it kind of routes through. As you can see here, it's kind of got like this lower section that kind of overhangs under the exhaust. And so now that that's done, I feel good about putting it on. So we're gonna go ahead, stop talking about it, and just get this diffuser off. What is cool about the new diffuser, it goes all the way. It'll mount here to this section here. So we'll go ahead and get this thing installed here now. Man, this would have been easier to do when the bumper was off, but anyhow, here we are, doing it. Love to redo things. just my favorite. Wasting time. I did delete some little pieces that went around the exhaust already, so that's gonna make it easier because they were kind of pointless. Ah, yeah. Oh, you know what? She's gonna come pretty easy, I think. I go left here. Yeah. Just yank her out, dude. Frick it. Frick it. This lower section's a little bit more tricky. Gotta be careful not to break it. Get one though, it goes pretty good. There it is, guys. About 30 seconds. She's already almost off. Top one, we're just gonna force. Come on, baby. Oh yeah. There it is, guys. Diffuser, stock plastic diffuser. Got these little plastic pop clips here, popping all the way around. Hopefully the new diffuser goes on nicely. We'll just hit this groove real good. Make sure everything's all nice and clean. Really get in that little nook and cranny there. Clean it as best as we can, as we want it to not have any dirt in there when we put the new one on, to make sure you get the best mounting possible. Quite a bit of dirt down here down the side. Like I mentioned before, there are a couple extra bolt holes for the new one we will have to put in here. So we'll get rid of these bolts here. See if we can use these factory bolts, but they may be a little too short. Really want to clean this section well because it's the last time you're going to see it. So it's important that there's no gunk in here. We'll give the new diffuser a quick little test fit. This diffuser is actually pretty freaking bitchin', to be honest. It's vented in the center. It's got this lower diffuser section. I really quite like it, actually. And to be honest, looking at these holes, I didn't realize they were raised, but the holes here on the side are actually protruding through, so it should actually just go on without any double-sided sticky tape or anything. I mean, you maybe could run a little piece here to help out, but that also may affect the fitment. We're just gonna go for it, I think. One more spot to wipe. Just lower little tabbies. Gonna give the exhaust pipes a quick little wipe while we've got access to them. Yeah. Take a little screwdriver action to kind of pull the plastic down. I wish I had a second person helping me. It would definitely be nice to have someone help you hold it. We got one in there. See if I can get this corner one as well. Right now we're fighting these guys to go in the right spot. I may be able to get 2 screws loosely in each side. I see one issue with this whole thing. The 2 center screws I took out don't need to come out. Just gonna take some fitment, some playing around to really get this. Come on. Show you guys real quick what I'm talking about. The little tabs here are kind of just pointed down a little too much, so they're like running into the bumper itself. I've got 1, 2, a third one in. This one, and this one are fighting me. This one's almost there. If I can just get this one in, this one will go in easier, and I think the 2 middle ones at that point. And then from there, the corner ones should be easy enough to flex and make work. All right, guys. We finally got the rear diffuser on. I was going to fit the front diffuser, but after struggling with this thing, I'm kind of over it. Plus, I really need a second person, and this front section here is cracked, and so I don't want to mount the bumper to that when I know I'm going to change it. So I think I'm going to go ahead and order a whole carbon lower section, or maybe just another plastic one. I don't know. What do you guys think I should do? Keep it cheap, go plastic, race car, or get the carbon vents all the way across and the grills. It's probably what I'll do. It's gonna take a little bit of time to get them, as well as this little corner here. I kind of want to work it out from the backside. So when we take this off, I'll probably work that out a little more. I think since we're going on a little road trip this weekend, we're gonna leave this off and we'll continue this when I get back. So anyhow, rear diffuser looks sick. We'll get some final shots of it on the ground here in a bit. But anyways, just wanted to kind of finish off the back end since we got the trunk on, and I need to put the plate on and some other stuff, which we're gonna go do right now. All right guys, so we've finally gone ahead and installed the Vorsteiner front lip. It looks so sick. I have been driving the car, so it's showing a few blemishes now. We've got a little blemish here on the corner because the car's so low, and one over there on that side just from hitting a little parking stopper. This thing is so dumped now with these Motons and the new 19-inch wheel setup. We've got obviously the Vorsteiner hood, which I believe you guys saw us install. The lip is quite easy to install. It fits quite good. Does take a little bit of double-sided sticky tape kind of on this edge around the front, and on the other side here we put a little piece kind of across the edge here to hold that to the bumper edge there. It seems to be sticking very well, as you guys saw us fit before as well. The rear diffuser fits very, very well. A little hard to install at first, but once you get it installed, it stays nice and tight. The trunk, I would like it if they were just a little bit better. But anyways, this thing's looking sick. The Mongi wheels are on. The Track Attack Pro with the 200 tread wear are super dope. Cannot wait to track this thing. Hopefully you guys are ready to see us track this car. It's been a long time. The CA shifter is wonderful. Huge shout out to everyone. And huge surprise, we've got a transmission, which is out of the car. This is the original transmission, 10,000 miles out of the car. Something special here going on, and we'll give you a quick peek at what it is. And that's all you get. Make sure to stay tuned, like, comment, subscribe, come back, because we're gonna be doing more content with this G87 car, as well as the F87 is coming back from paint and ready for final assembly. So a lot of content coming your way. Sorry for the lack of content, guys. We're trying to get after it. And this car is almost finished. So in the next video, we'll be taking it on its maiden voyage and hopefully hitting the racetrack. What I can do is take this thing up so you guys can see the fitment on the lip and how it installs. All right guys, as you can see, the underside of this lip is actually quite scraped up. I really need to get some underguard on that thing before I continue to drive this thing more. But as you can see, the fitment on this thing is really exceptional actually for the front lip. My front bumper was slightly damaged, so any of the gaps or places where it doesn't fit perfectly is mostly from the prior damage. Like this was prior damaged a little bit in this section, and so the gap is slightly a little wonky there. And then same on this corner. This corner was damaged, and so that also kind of made the bumper to the front lip just slightly have a bigger gap than it would have if the bumper was perfect. But overall fits really good and utilizes the factory hardware for the most part. You got clips here, 10 mil bolts, a couple more clips, 10 mil bolts, clip, 10 mil bolt, 10 mil bolt, 10 mil bolt, 10 mil bolt across it. And then like I said, I put some double-sided sticky tape kind of in here. I put one piece across the front, one across the side, and then there's another little piece kind of up in here or something like this that I put in there. I think there's actually like one like this and then like one like that. So anyhow, make sure to do as you see fit. We've done no glue, no silicone, no nothing, just bolts, double-sided sticky tape. Make sure you get 3M because the cheap stuff is crap and doesn't work well and fits really nice. The rear diffuser has been getting scraped up quite a lot as well. We've actually started to kind of punch through here, so probably need to put some little supports on that. Yeah, this one's completely blown apart. So I could have my surf guys next door layer this up with some fiberglass or some carbon fiber. So we'll go ahead and get that patched up eventually, or get Vorsteiner to send us a replacement, like I said. But yeah, the car's looking sick. So anyhow, stay tuned, and we'll see you guys in the next one. If you liked this video, be sure to check out the next one. And if you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe and like the video. It helps a lot. Thanks, and see you in the next one. Let's go!